Hey guys, it's me, Remington. There's a bit of a glare. So, we have to talk quickly, briefly. We have to talk. So, as of now, Dungeons and Dragons have finished for both groups. The Fallbrook two guys, you know who's responsible for the kidnapping of all the missing people, and you know it's the Vampire Lord Khan. Now he's on the loose, basically. But you guys have basically ended his reign of terror. And you're all back in Braxton except for Allie Mae, who was whisked away by the Lich Apocrythar. Meanwhile, the Valorwood guys, you guys were preparing for the Council of Fanarak to come and take over Petal Bay, only to find out after the fact that they were attacked by humans. Now, you guys don't know this. The vampires from Fallbrook 2 attacked you guys over in Valorwood. So now you guys are in for a little bit of a treat because now I get to tell you that I've been working on a new campaign. Now for the Valorwood guys, nothing's changing for you, nothing whatsoever. I will let you in on some information, of course, but for most of it, you guys don't really have anything to worry about too much. But for the Fallbrook 2 guys, there's going to be a lot of changes, okay? Now, the first thing I want to address is what platform are we going to be going on now? Now, you guys know that for the most part, we've been using One More Multiverse, and I am very disappointed with One More Multiverse. When I first got us on there, I had a vision, an idea that I wanted. Let me just put in my other earphone. This looks weird. I had a vision that I wanted for us going into Dungeons and Dragons. And in regards to my vision, I want you guys to be able to be having a nice immersive experience to be able to get into the content. Wow, I covered a lot. It's been 2 minutes. I have done this like 20 times, and it's like always 30 minutes. We're actually getting through this fast. Anyways, getting back. Disappointed with One More Multiverse. One More Multiverse was shutting down. Now it's not shutting down. Now it's sent to a Patreon. There's a lot of issues in regards to like why One More Multiverse is doing this. Partially it's because of an IP related issue. The other is because hosting a server is expensive, so they have to work on getting money out of us and whatever. So, anyways, we're not going to be using One More Multiverse. Now, a few of you have asked, well, are we going back to Roll20? The long and short of it is possibly we could still possibly we could be going to Roll20, but I've seen a new site. It's not new, but this one site that I'm actually interested in getting into. It's called Foundry, and I'm looking to get into that. Now I know I'm going to use your character names because I don't want your real names out there. I know Allie Mae and I know Tate Petrikov that you were asking. Well, is this going to cost you money? This will cost me money. This is going to cost me $50. But I'm going to say this: you guys you don't need to worry about reimbursing me. So I just want to make that clear, okay? But I will. I'm being upfront with what I tell you is $50, and I'm actually very interested in like getting into it. But aside from that, I think that next to One More Multiverse, I think this is the next best thing in terms of like good storytelling, like a platform that will be able to like you guys will be able to get into. I also feel like it's like Roll20 if more was added to Roll20. So we're going to be going to Foundry, and I will confirm that decision in September. But right now, as it stands, that's hopefully what we're going to be doing. Anyways, I want to focus on the future going into these sessions. And this time I'm actually going to start off, and I say this time because again, I've done this 20 times. I'm going to start off with the Valorwood guys instead. So Valorwood guys, here is what's going to happen with you guys in the future. I have finished, guys, I'm showing you quickly here, right? I have like so much notes, right? Yeah, like I have so much notes. I'm trying to show you my notes, and I guess this is why. Right here, look at the notes. Look. Are you looking? Look, look. Going to the next page. Going to the next page. Look. Notes, like actual factual notes. Of course, like I have to be taking notes. But anyways, I've finished writing the entire campaign. It's over. It's done. We're going to be ending. There is an end date now for Valorwood. Okay. Does this mean that you guys are going to be? I'm going to be ending your campaign tomorrow? No. Roughly. Sorry, I'm just coming down from like I was sick, still partially sick, but anyways, I don't know. One second. Okay, I just had to do a thing quickly, but I'm not ending this. This is the best recording I've done thus far. Anyways, so fuck, what the hell was I talking about? Valorwood. And you guys are almost done because, anyways, I'm not finishing it tomorrow. Instead, we will be concluding Valorwood in, I'd say, roughly 24 to 25 sessions. And the thing about you guys is that what I love about the Valorwood group, you guys have a way of, you guys have a way of like really driving the session that I love. Like I love it when like you guys are like, hey, you know what? It's me, Tapes, and I want to recruit people for my brothel. And then we do a session where we do just that. And I love when you guys do that. So while I say 24, 25 sessions is when I'm thinking that this is going to end, it could easily be like 27, 28, 29, or 30 sessions because of the way in which you guys like to, really drive the session. And that's what I love about you guys, right? Like, it's great, and I'm not against it at all. I love it. Like when we did the whole thing with the fiend, I thought you guys were just gonna kill Seer and then bring Seer back. That's what I thought you guys were gonna do. I did not even remotely expect you guys to be like, let's go kill the fiend. Did never even cross my mind that you guys were going to attempt that, and I'm so glad that you did. Anyways, I made a joke last month of like, wow, did this really just become like Game of Thrones? And it's really going to be a little like that. I'm not saying, expect Game of Thrones as stuff, but like expect more politics, more guile, more character centric stories and whatnot. Because oh boy, do I have plans for you guys. This also kind of goes in part with your new comrade, Kato Soul, who's also going to have a key role to play in the upcoming sessions. So your Kato Soul, he's going to be adding to the overall story, and I'm very happy. So like I hope like I saw him today because we did a session today. Holy hullabaloo, man! I am just like gushing over this guy. At Fallbrook 2, guys, I'm just telling you, you know how Braun Serpentcut does like a Cockney accent? Friggin' Kato Soul, holy smokes, he does a real like an Oxford English accent. Like it's like he's regal, and I'm like, what is this? Like when I saw him, he's like, wait, what? The hair on my arm stood up when he was talking. Like, what? Like he is great. Anyways, he's gonna have a key role to play in the upcoming sessions. And when we do get to the end, that does not mean it's going to be end. It's just going to mean we'll probably move on to another part of the campaign. But I focused a lot on the Valorwood guys. I'm going to go to the Fallbrook guys now. The Fallbrook 2 guys. So I need to start off by apologizing to you guys here. I've spoken with some of you about this in the past, and I realized that in regards to my writing style, a lot of what I put in the Fallbrook 2 campaign was a little bit contrived. It was very convoluted. There was like a lot of stuff in there. There were a lot of things for you guys to read, like a lot of journal entries. There were a lot of like details that could have gone over your head, which really, like, if it went over your head, it really doesn't help because you had an investigation to do. There was just a lot of stuff, okay? And I really do apologize, right? Because I can understand how that would remove from the level of enjoyment. And I wanted to make sure that going into the future that I was going to be able to write a story that's going to be easy for you guys to get into. So what I've done is I've removed most of the like contrived elements, and I've condensed a lot of it down. Like I noticed for the Fallbrook 2 campaign, I had like something close to like 130 NPCs with their own stories. This time I'm going to skim it down to about from 130 down to like maybe 20, 25 characters, so it's easier for you guys to keep track. I'm also going to be doing more episodic formatting for my writing, so you guys go from one adventure to the next adventure to the next, and so forth. And I noticed like I did some things where it's like I would like make an alleyway for you guys to go down to, or like a park, and you guys might never go to those areas. Instead, what I'll be doing is I'm going to be making like limited areas for you to go to. For example, I've made a new town for you guys in this new upcoming campaign, and roughly there might be just like 5 places that you can go to in this area. Like this is an example of like me skimming down on the things that you'll be able to see and do. Now, the story format is also going to be different as well. Now, naturally, you guys had to deal with like all these mysteries and different things. This time, it's going to be cut and dry. Like I'm making it so that you know for a fact what's happening. Like it's not going to be a surprise or a shock to anybody. So it's easier for you guys to follow, easier for you to get into, and I don't want to completely remove that element of like mystery or like a build up, for example. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing something like I'm calling it the Doctor Who esque story writing. And what I mean by that is in Doctor Who, you can watch Doctor Who, you can watch episode 4 of Doctor Who, and the events that happen in episode 4 of Doctor Who, it like what happens in episode 4 does not matter for episode 5, or what happens in episode 5 doesn't matter for episode 6. But in each episode there are like these tiny like little plot threads, these hidden plot threads that like if you follow them, if you identify them and you go to the very end of the story, like episode 13 of Doctor Who where they wrap everything up, where they bring up those plot threads. So I might like for the players who did enjoy like the detailed story writing or having like a lot of information so that you can follow like an overarching story, those elements will be there in the future campaign. One small thing as well. I'm also going to be introducing an NPC character, and that NPC character is going to like really help to drive the session and stuff like that, the campaign. And I'm also going to be scaling down the number of attempts at rolls that you guys do. And what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is I don't like whenever somebody makes a roll and fails, that's it. You guys move on. So we're not going to be doing this like having a situation where, like, let's say Augustine, for example, does a perception check and Augustine fails. Bronze Serpent cannot say, "Can I do this? Can I do a perception check?" If one guy fails, that's it. We're moving on because like I realize we spend a lot of time doing that, and I don't want us to do that unless I say so. But and that's one thing. So we're making a lot of good time here. So that's what we're going to be doing. The future of the future campaign is called the Valor War, and it's going to be taking place in Valor Woods, specifically to Tabes, Espy, and Seer. You guys will probably notice that I'll be reusing maps, and that's because you guys are all in the same area. So events that take place in the Valorwood session, I might reuse the same maps for the Fallbrook guys because again, you guys are sharing the same space now. So that's something like I'm interested about, I'm happy with, and stuff like that, and I hope you guys are excited for that too. I'm excited for the future stories, and yeah, that's basically it. Now I want you guys to know a lot of you guys. I'm about to disappoint a lot of you guys here right now. Valorwood guys, we are going to be continuing with our campaign next month. We're going to be doing our next campaign closer to the end, or next session closer to the end of September. So just be prepared. We'll communicate what day we'll be convening. And the Fallbrook 2 guys, you're probably wondering, when are we going to do the next session? And I apologize because you guys are not going to you're not going to like the answer. Fallbrook 2 guys, we will be coming back on November the 1st, okay? So we will not be coming back in September. We will not be coming back in October. We will be coming back on November the 1st. It's a Friday. We're going to be doing it at our regular time of 8:30 p.m. till 11:30 p.m. I understand that some of you might be disappointed, but that's only because I need to work on more things. Like I want to be able to like add some stuff, like at least have like 2 sessions ready before we even start. And yeah, so some things as well. I've improved. I've done some things. The Valwood guys, you might remember this map right here. This map here. Let me come back here. You might recognize this. So I made this about 3 years ago, for the campaign. Now I've improved it. It looks a lot like this. This is what we're going to be going with. The humans are over here. The Valorwood guys are over here. And you guys are going to have like a hell of a time doing all the things. So I want to make sure that you guys know that I'm working. I don't want you guys to think I'm slacking here, because I know for the Fallbrook guys, you're like, November 1st, what could he possibly be doing? Anyways, that is everything I wanted to touch up upon. I wanted to take the time here to thank you guys truly for being a part of my sessions. I am not the greatest storyteller in the world. I'm not the greatest dungeon master in the world. But I really do appreciate that despite like any of my flaws and, like issues with the formatting of my campaign, that you guys are interested and you keep coming back every time. So thank you very much for being with me as I continue to tell these stories. Anything else? For the people who aren't in the session, who aren't in the campaign, like, I don't know, like maybe Natalie or Justin or Narfi and stuff like that. Hey guys, how you doing? Natalie, you still have to do that cameo thing that we talked about. The cameo. You know the cameo that you're doing and whatnot. But it's good to see you, pal. It's good to see all of you. Anyways, I'm gonna go. You all have yourselves a good night. Once again, I'm going to reiterate this. Valorant guys, I will see you next month. The Fallbrook 2 guys, I will see you in November 1st. Alrighty, take care, and you have yourselves a good night.